Indira Gandhi's journey to the helm of Indian politics began in 1966. Following the unexpected demise of Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri, she ascended to the position. This was a pivotal moment in Indian history. Many had underestimated Indira. They saw her as a political novice, overshadowed by her lineage as the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister. However, Indira Gandhi quickly defied expectations. She possessed a sharp intellect and an unyielding determination. She was ready to lead India on her terms. Her early years in office were marked by a period of significant learning and adaptation. She navigated the complexities of Indian politics with increasing confidence. Indira Gandhi's leadership style was often described as both charismatic and authoritarian. She had an innate ability to connect with the masses. Her speeches resonated with the hopes and aspirations of millions of Indians. But she also exhibited a strong will and a tendency to centralize power. This approach would both define her successes and fuel controversies throughout her tenure. Her early years in power saw a series of bold decisions. She nationalized banks, aiming to bring financial inclusion to the masses. This move, while popular with the poor, drew criticism from some quarters. She also abolished privy purses, ending a symbol of princely privilege. One of the most significant developments during Indira Gandhi's early years was the Green Revolution. India, once heavily dependent on food imports, witnessed a remarkable transformation in agricultural productivity. New farming techniques and high-yielding crop varieties led to a surge in food grain production. This not only ensured food security, but also bolstered India's economic standing. On the international stage, Indira Gandhi displayed astute diplomatic skills. In 1971, India decisively won the war against Pakistan, leading to the creation of Bangladesh. This victory cemented India's position as a major regional power. Indira's decisive leadership during the war earned her widespread admiration and solidified her image as a strong and capable leader. The year 1975 marked a turning point in Indira Gandhi's rule. Facing mounting political opposition and internal unrest, she declared a state of emergency in India. Civil liberties were suspended, and political opponents were jailed. This period, lasting for 21 months, remains one of the most controversial chapters in Indian democracy. While Indira Gandhi argued that the emergency was necessary to restore order and discipline, her critics saw it as a blatant power grab. This period witnessed human rights violations and a crackdown on dissent. The emergency tarnished Indira's image and led to her defeat in the 1977 general elections. The late 1970s and early 1980s saw the rise of Sikh militancy in the Punjab region of India. A confluence of factors, including political grievances, economic disparities, and religious tensions, fueled the movement. Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, a charismatic preacher, emerged as a key figure in the escalating conflict. He demanded greater autonomy for Punjab, and his rhetoric became increasingly inflammatory. Indira Gandhi's government initially tried to appease Bhindranwale, hoping to find a political solution. However, his influence continued to grow, and the situation in Punjab deteriorated. The Golden Temple, Sikhism's holiest shrine, became a stronghold for Bhindranwale and his armed followers. Section 6. Operation Blue Star, a Decision and Its Repercussions. In June 1984, Indira Gandhi took a drastic step to address the escalating situation in Punjab. The state had been experiencing increasing unrest and violence, largely attributed to the militant activities led by Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. She ordered Operation Blue Star, a military operation aimed at flushing out Bhindranwale and his heavily armed followers from the Golden Temple complex, which they had fortified. The operation, carried out by the Indian Army, was met with fierce resistance from the militants. The battle was intense, and resulted in significant damage to the sacred site. Operation Blue Star remains a deeply divisive event in Indian history. It sparked widespread outrage and protests across the country, particularly among the Sikh community. While the government maintained that the operation was necessary to restore order and eliminate the threat posed by the militants, many Sikhs perceived it as a desecration of their holiest shrine and an attack on their faith. The operation resulted in significant casualties on both sides, including the death of Bhindranwale. The loss of life and the destruction of the Golden Temple complex left a lasting impact. However, it also left a deep sense of hurt and anger within the Sikh community. The repercussions of Operation Blue Star were far-reaching, leading to a cycle of violence and retribution that would shape the future of Punjab and India for years to come. Section 7. The Assassination, A Day of Mourning. On October 31, 1984, Indira Gandhi's life was tragically cut short. The nation was plunged into a state of shock and disbelief as the news spread like wildfire. As she was walking in the garden of her residence, she was shot by two of her own Sikh bodyguards, Beant Singh and Satwant Singh. The serene garden, once a place of peace, became the site of a national tragedy. The assassination sent shockwaves through India and the world. People gathered in the streets, glued to their radios and televisions, trying to make sense of the senseless act. The assassination was a direct consequence of the anger and resentment that had been building within sections of the Sikh community following Operation Blue Star. The military operation, aimed at flushing out militants from the Golden Temple, had left deep scars. Beant Singh and Satwant Singh saw their actions as retribution for what they perceived as a sacrilege. Their betrayal was a stark reminder of the deep divisions and the volatile atmosphere of the time. They were overpowered by other security personnel, with Beant Singh being killed instantly and Satwant Singh captured and later executed. The swift response by the security forces prevented further chaos, but the damage was already done. The nation mourned the loss of its leader, grappling with the implications of the violent act. Section 8. Anti-Sikh Riots, A Dark Stain on India. The assassination of Indira Gandhi. Violence across India, particularly in Delhi. Mobs went on a rampage, targeting Sikhs and their businesses. The violence, marked by brutality and impunity, continued for days. Thousands of Sikhs, others were displaced and traumatized. The anti-Sikh riots remain a dark chapter in India's history. While there were widespread calls for peace and restraint, the response of the authorities was slow and inadequate. The fragility of communal harmony in India and the deep-seated prejudices that existed within society. Section 9. Legacy of a Controversial Figure. Indira Gandhi's legacy is a complex and contested one. Born into the Nehru family, she was destined for a life in politics. Her tenure as Prime Minister of India was marked by significant achievements and equally significant controversies. She's remembered by many as a strong and decisive leader who guided India through a turbulent period. Her leadership during the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971, which led to the creation of Bangladesh, is often highlighted as a testament to her strategic acumen. Her contributions to India's economic and social development, including the Green Revolution and the nationalization of banks, are undeniable. These initiatives helped transform India's agricultural landscape and banking sector, bringing about significant changes in the lives of millions. However, her authoritarian tendencies, particularly during the emergency and her handling of the Punjab crisis, cast a long shadow on her legacy. The emergency period, marked by widespread human rights violations and suppression of political dissent, remains a dark chapter in Indian history. The anti-Sikh riots that followed her assassination remain a painful reminder of the human cost of political violence and communal hatred. These events have left deep scars on the nation's collective memory, highlighting the fragility of communal harmony. Indira Gandhi's life and death left an indelible mark on India's political landscape, shaping the country's trajectory for decades to come. Her complex legacy continues to evoke strong emotions and debates, reflecting the enduring impact of her leadership on the nation.